Okay guys, we're just going to do part of this worksheet today for interval notation. So it is not homework. You are going to keep this and we're going to finish it at a later time, but you are not doing this for homework, okay? It's just in-class notes, extra practice. And I'm so sorry we didn't get to play our fun game today where you could win candy, but I'll try to sneak that in sometime next week. So flip to the back of your worksheet. Look at number 9, and we're going to talk about what's called interval notation. So normally we write that we write like x is less than negative 6 is what we normally write. But there's another notation called interval notation, okay? Interval notation has parentheses instead of dots. So you have like parentheses and you have brackets. So if you have a closed dot, it is a bracket. If you have an open dot, it is a parenthesis. So how interval notation works is it's a way to describe all the numbers that make this inequality true. So if you're looking at this inequality, the things that make this true is -6, -7, -8, -9, -10, blah, 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 blah. It's going to go all the way down to negative infinity. So when you write interval notation, you're going to write negative infinity, comma, because it's going from negative infinity up till the number -6. Then you put brackets or parentheses around these numbers, because this is where it's going from negative infinity to -6 that makes it true. This is a closed dot, so you're going to use a bracket around the -6. And what that means is it includes the number -6. -6 is an actual answer. Negative infinity, any infinity is always going to get a parenthesis because you can never ever reach infinity. So this is another way to describe this graph is interval notation. All the numbers go from negative infinity to -6. So we'll do another one and it'll start to make sense. So over here, I want to know the smallest number that makes this inequality true, and that's 16. So I'll put 16, comma, and it's going to continue all the way up till positive infinity. So you're going to write infinity. And then we're going to go back and we're going to decide if it's a parenthesis or bracket. Well, because it's an open dot, that means it does not include 16, so you're going to put a parenthesis around it. You have to put a parenthesis with the infinity. So the numbers go from 16 to positive infinity, not including 16, which means that includes like 16.00001, but not 16. Okay, so we're going to do another one. So let's look at number 11. This is going to have two parts to its answer, because you have this interval, and then you're going to have this interval over here. So we're going to start with the one on the left first. The smallest number that would make this true is negative infinity, so we're going to write negative infinity, comma. And the number it goes up to is -10, so we're going to write -10. And because this is a closed dot, you're going to put a bracket around this one, and negative infinity is going to get the parentheses. Then we're going to do this next one. So that was just the left section of this graph, because this is an OR problem. And then on this one, you have 10, so we're going to start with 10, comma. It's going to go all the way up to positive infinity, so we're going to write infinity. And you're going to put a parenthesis around that, and it includes 10, so you're going to put a bracket around 10. Two different parts of your graph, two interval notations. Now you can leave it like this, or you can put a little U in between it, which is union, which means it's both of them. It's up to you. Okay, so now when you look at 12, you're going to have one interval, because you have just one little section. There's no infinities on this one, because it's not going forever. So you're going to write the number that it goes up to on the left. So the smallest number it goes up to is -1.5, so write -1.5, comma, and it's going to go up to positive 1.5, so I'm going to write 1.5. And then we're going to decide if the parentheses or brackets. So because they're open, they are parentheses. So the numbers in between -1.5 and positive 1.5 make this inequality true. So now we're going to look at 13 and 14, which are kind of different. So we're going to draw the number line. Then we're going to write the answer in interval notation. So on 13, we're going to draw a number line. 4 is going to be the number on the left because it's smaller. And the number on the right is 15. And I don't have my little airliner at home, so this is all me by doing it by mouse. This is an open dot, and 15 is an open dot. And because this is an and problem, they're going to be shaded towards each other, so keep that in mind. It's going to look like this, which is going to help us decide what the interval notation is. So the number on the left is 4, the number on the right is 15, because it's going in between those. And these are going to be parentheses, so it's parentheses 4, comma, 15, parentheses. Alright, so I'd like it if this could pause the video right now and let you guys try the next one on your own, and you can check your answers when you're all done. So on this one, you're going to put a 9 right here, and an 11, and then open dots. Woo! And then this says x is less than 9, so you would shade this way, and you'd shade this way. And FYI, this was supposed to be an or, not an and. Oh, I hope you're not confused. That was supposed to be an or, I made a mistake. Okay, so then, to figure out what makes this true, well, it would go from negative infinity up to 9. Not including 9 because it's open dots, so I'm going to use my parentheses. And then on the right hand side, I'm going to have 11 to positive infinity. Woo. And those are both going to be parentheses as well. Alright, sorry if that confused you, the or thing. I made a mistake. Alright, flip it over to the front. We're going to do one problem. And then we're going to finish the rest later. So we're going to look at number 8. Okay, so this actually is a real graph, or not a real graph, the other one's real. This is a coordinate plane. So you're not only going to have a domain, you're also going to have a range. So I'm going to write D, I'm going to put my range. So if you remember from a few weeks ago, we talked about domain and range. Well, domain is all the x values. So we need to decide what would make this true. Well, I would look at this graph, and I would look at the smallest x value possible. So if I go over here, the smallest x value is right here at negative 5. So on my domain, my x values are going to go from negative 5, comma, all the way up to a positive 5, which is right here. And because these graphs actually include those points, they're going to be brackets. So we're going to have negative 5 to 5, including them. Then for the range, my smallest y value is negative 4, and it includes it. And then my biggest y value is 6. So I'm going to have a comma 6. I'm going to put a bracket around that because it includes the 6 too. You can try the other problems if you want to, but you do not need to because we're going to do them later. And once again, I'm sorry I didn't get to play our game, but enjoy. And also I made a mistake. She didn't break her whole foot. She broke her toe. Sorry, I made that mistake in the other video, but she just broke her toe.